Now, look, the CNN's chief international anchor, Christiane Amanpour, she's apologised after suggesting that Israeli hostages held by Hamas were probably being treated better than the average Gazan. Have a look at what she said.
It's been a terrible, terrible 2 years for them, because not only are they there, they're probably being treated better than the average Gazan because they are the pawns and the chips that Hamas had. Now Hamas has given up all its leverage, by the way.
Oh, she's a disgrace. And here was her apology.
I regret also saying that they might have been treated better than many Gazans because Hamas used these hostages as pawns and bargaining chips. But that was insensitive and it was wrong. From speaking to many former hostages and their families, like everyone, I've been horrified at what Hamas has subjected them to over 2 long years.
Ami, too little too late. She's lost all credibility. How did she not know in the first instance that there is a very big difference between a hostage-taking bunch of evil jihadis versus the actual hostages themselves?
Yeah, I mean, you're giving her too much credit. She didn't lose her credibility. She hasn't had credibility in years. I mean, I would say she's a disgrace as a journalist, but she's not a journalist, okay? If she said one thing once and made a mistake, I could forgive. This is a long track record with her, okay? Just by the way, just for the record, so we're clear. The mistreatment of the hostages is legion. In terms of the food that they were gotten, they look better now because, as they said, they were given food to the run-up to being released because they knew these images were going to come out. But the stories are talking about just the food alone. Talking about they shared a small tin of tuna and a few bits of cheese with a group of people. They were getting a pita a day. And one person, because remember they're all being held in different places, said he got one biscuit, small little cookie a day, and some briny water, and that they got a cucumber as a treat if things were going well. And that's just the food situation, but psychological damage done to these people is horrifying. I mean, this is one of the worst stories I've ever heard. Is Roy Chalet, one of the hostages who was released early on the 2nd year anniversary we just had, right? He committed suicide because he said he just could not bear the psychological burden that he had. But no, she is a disgraceful person. And again, long track record. I mean, she called Marwan Barghouti, compared him to Mandela. Marwan Barghouti is a terrorist who murdered 5 or 6 Israelis, okay? She said that there was a rabbi who lost his wife and his daughters who were murdered by Palestinians, and she called it a shootout. Right, when they were unarmed and murdered by these people. No, this is who she stands for. This is nothing new. So she gets no quarter from me.
No, I'm shocked that she still has a job, to be quite frank. Unbelievable. Now, look, Senate Democrats have blocked the GOP's efforts to reopen for an 8th time. So this is now day 14 of the government shutdown. And have a listen to some of the Dems' bizarre demands. Here's the Speaker, Mike Johnson, blasting them.
They want to spend $24.6 million of your hard-earned dollars as a taxpayer for climate resilience in Honduras. They want to spend $13.4 million for civic engagement in Zimbabwe. They want to send $3.9 million for LGBTQI+ democracy grants in the Western Balkans. They want to spend $2.9 million of your dollars for desert locust risk reduction in the Horn of Africa, and $2 million for, quote, organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa. We are not doing that.
Ami, we're almost out of time, but very quickly, you just can't make this stuff up, can you?
Look, if you're not giving $13.4 million to Zimbabwe for civic engagement, then you're not serious about running the United States government, okay? I'm sorry. That's the truth. No, of course it's a joke. This is an unforced error by the Democrats. The longer this thing drags out, the polls are showing the more blame is being assessed to the Democrats. But they're still standing. They have not gone away from this, most importantly, this giving illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, Medicaid benefits through California and other places. This is still what they're doing, and this is a loser for them.
It totally is. It's just unbelievable. Ami Horowitz, nice to see you as always. Thanks so much for joining us.